Today, an exclusive interview with the family of a little boy detained by ICE agents at the start of this year.
Liam and his father were taken into custody in Minneapolis and held until a judge ordered their release. The Trump administration is still trying to deport them, but the family says that much of the story being told by the administration simply isn't true. Here's CBS News' Camilo Montoya-Galvez.
Liam Conejo Ramos is in many ways just like any other 5-year-old boy.
La pizza.
You like pizza, okay? ¿Qué tipo de pizza? What type of pizza do you like?
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
But what he doesn't yet understand is that his story is at the center of America's polarizing immigration debate. Images of Liam, confused, standing alongside ICE agents on a cold Minnesota afternoon in January, sparked national and global outrage. His father, Adrian Conejo Arias, had just picked up Liam from school.
ICE has told us that you tried to escape, flee, evade arrest, and that you abandoned Liam in the process. Is that accurate?
No es verdad lo
It's
que
not true.
dicen las personas, no.
ICE claims Liam's mother, Erica, refused to take him. But she says she feared the whole family would be detained.
Do you believe ICE was using Liam as bait?
Sí.
Yes, you do.
ICE transferred Liam and his father to a family detention facility in Texas, accusing them of being in the U.S. illegally. The family from Ecuador says they entered the country legally at a port of entry in 2023 under a Biden administration program.
Lo más difícil es que no podía hacer nada.
You couldn't do anything. You were powerless.
After 2 weeks, a federal judge ordered them released, but the government is still pushing for their deportation, recently terminating the family's asylum case and asking the court to allow ICE to detain them once again.
Entonces creo que fue una injusticia que nos hayan hecho eso, cuando en realidad sí estábamos haciendo todo bien.
Now back home, Liam is seeing a psychologist, and his parents say he seems to be a different boy.
What are you scared about the most?
La migración.
Immigration. ICE.
And Camilo Montoya-Galvez joins us now. Now, this family, of course, has been thrust into the immigration spotlight.
Yes.
Everyone saw that photo of Liam around the world, really. Did the family give you a sense of how they're handling all of this months later now?
Well, the family is really facing two main important challenges. The first one is the legal circumstance of their immigration case. Recently, an immigration judge at the Justice Department denied their asylum case and terminated that case. And the administration is trying to deport them now because of that determination by an immigration judge. The lawyer for the family has appealed that ruling, but if that appeal is unsuccessful and fails, the family could very well be detained again a second time by ICE and processed for deportation to Ecuador. So that is one main legal challenge. The administration is also trying to detain them, put them in ICE custody. The family, additionally, is also dealing with the psychological trauma that Liam is clearly, visibly facing. Liam, according to his parents, has not been the same boy he was ever since his time in ICE custody. He's become a lot more socially isolated, hypervigilant too, and also he seems to not want to talk about his feelings in front of his parents, and the once playful Liam that they knew before his time in ICE custody, according to them, no longer exists. So clearly the detention had a profound psychological impact on his life.
And I know that you cover immigration for CBS News. You've been extremely busy and have interviewed a lot of families and individuals. What stood out to you when you interviewed this family?
Well, I think this family is emblematic of a broader pattern we're seeing of non-criminal immigrants who may be in the country illegally or without proper documents, who are getting caught up in this crackdown on illegal immigration, despite what the Trump administration has said will be a focus on going after the so-called worst of the worst, dangerous individuals, serious criminals who are also in the country illegally. And obviously the administration would say that anyone here in violation of federal immigration law is subject to deportation. And that is true, including Liam's family, if their case actually fails. But what is also true is that repeatedly Trump administration officials have told the American public that they're mainly targeting serious offenders. And of course, irrespective of your views on this issue, Liam does not fit that definition.
Yeah, and Liam being so young, this is a sensitive story. So we appreciate you taking care of that. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming in.